Hello everyone, this is Grandmaster Var Akobian and I'm here with my student Jonathan McAtee from 1000 GM Tournament, and today we're going to take a look at the GM Norm Tournament from St. Louis, round number 5, the game between FM Kretchetov and against Grandmaster Chandra. Let's take a look at this. This was a big fight here that ended in a draw here. D4 by Kretchetov. This is his main line opening, so he likes to start out with the move D4 here. Sorry guys, so let's go here. Knight F6. So we have the King's Indian defense, one of the most combative openings, Jonathan, against the D4. So this is where Black says, you know what, I came to fight. I'm here to play for a win here. So now we have E4, the main line by Kretchetov, and now H3. This is a very tricky line, very subtle line here, because oftentimes White puts the bishop on E3 and then he has the early G4 ideas. So the pawn H3, I like this because I play this myself. Bishop D3. And they get this position. Bishop C2. Bishop is well placed here now. Immediately now, B4 is threatened. So you have to play A5. And guess what? Bishop G5. Activating the bishop and putting pressure on the knight. So now, after we do that, castle, knight G2. See, these knights are very well. They're basically defending each other. This is a good concept of having the knights, guys. Knights on E2 and on C3. And now he plays queen D2. Good control of the position. I feel like, you know, White is a little bit better here. So now queen e8 comes in. G4, aggressive approach by FM Kretchetov. He could have played castle and then maybe perhaps to play b3, a3 before prepare this plan slowly. But he says no, I want to go for more aggression. I want to go for more space here. So that's what he's trying to do. C6, knight g3, takes. I like this move C6 by Grandmaster Chandra because he's trying to create some counterplay on the queen side. So you want to make sure you have some ideas. So now B5 comes in. And the threat is now B4 to try to remove the knight. Knight D1. Not even worrying about this. B4, F3. This is a nice move. This is cementing the center. And now there is a knight E2 and knight F2 concept here. So he plays queen B8. Bishop B1. I did not quite understand this move. I thought the point was here that after you already cementify the position, you start with your attack H4, H5. Because you already secure the center, okay? Once the center is secured.
Or something like that, or is that crazy right
now? No.
Okay.
We don't need to play. We have everything well placed already. So that's why we go H4, H5. So, you know, you did this, protect the center. It's just time to go for it. But I play Bishop B1. I'm not sure again why this was played. Bishop A3, now H4. Now Bishop takes D1. Eliminating the knight, and also now White cannot castle anymore, but position is still closed. Now queen b5, h5, continuing with this plan. Now in this position, position is roughly equal, so b3 could be played. B3 is going to be met by, let's say, a3, but he actually plays queen a4, now letting White king to come back. I'm not sure why he did this. Bishop b3 takes, rook a2, and now this position opens up for the rook, and now a5 is under attack. I think this actually benefited White.
That's what it feels like.
Yeah, the king is now in a better place. The rook is now working because here, like, look at this rook. It's just completely suffocated, okay?
Yeah, and the e2, king e2 does what f2 would have done.
The king is suffocated, and now it's coming out. So I don't like what happened here, because I think now White is a little bit better. So knight c3, knight b3, now queen d3. Queen d3 is a fine move here, but also you can just play queen c3 here. And endgames are favorable for White because of the two bishops. So for example, you exchange. Once again, Jonathan, we have the two bishops, okay?
Yeah.
Another game from the GM section. We see like where bishop c2 attack. And now just king e2. I mean, this is just a better position here. You know, Black might be okay, like holding the position up, but in general, I think it's just not gonna be that easy.
Yeah,
so now he goes
over.
Yeah, White is slightly better there. So he played here. Bishop e2. That's what I would have recommended. But instead of queen c2, he played queen d3. Yeah. And this is not as forcing because first of all, he can go queen b3. Not the best move here. The best was to capture and play knight d7 with White being slightly better. But now I played here, and guess what now? Bishop here. Here apparently this h6 is tremendously strong because it's gonna lock the bishop for the rest of the game here. And now bishop c2, knight d4, bishop a4. I mean, the future of this bishop looks very, very bleak right now.
Yeah,
so
the black pawn.
how is he even going to get back into the game?
That's entombed.
So it's absolutely entombed. I agree. So this was a key moment. White missed it, and still, you know, White is doing really well here. We play bishop c2. Yeah, sorry, queen b4. Bishop goes on a4. And now anymore, if you play h6, bishop will go to f8. Bishop c6. Again, the players are in time trouble, so some of the moves are just not as accurate. Trying to get rid of this knight. Yeah, perhaps here black can even take, and play bishop f6. So bishop h4 idea, but played knight b3. And now
he got out.
Just lost the pawn. So now he's just up a pawn. So good position for white. Knight c5, take. Now the pawn is under attack, so it needs to be guarded. And here it was very strange because I actually asked Kretchetov, I say, look, he played queen e7, what is his threat? And the threat is just simply, of course, we'll go queen h4 and bishop h6.
Oh, wow.
So there is one move that you can do, it just simply stops that threat. Okay?
Okay.
And what is that move? Question for you, Jonathan. How can you stop the move queen h4 here?
Can't you just play like g5?
You can play g5, but I'm afraid he's going to play f6 and try to open up the position.
Okay. Then let me think.
So, is there anything else?
Well, there's the rook a1 move to swing it back. The computer's suggesting, but that's not what I would play naturally. I guess the move that I see best...
Just to prevent king h4. I just want to prevent it.
Okay. Let's see. Feels like a knight move. Is it a knight move?
Well, if you move the knight, he still goes here.
It's stuck. I'm not sure.
How about the king? Can we move the king in?
I mean, it's a piece.
I know, king is a
one of
piece.
the pieces.
And this is a move I would think I would do because I just want to put a king there and say, you know what? You're not coming into my position.
Yeah. The king just defends himself.
Why
he
not?
Comes out and it's fine.
Why not?
Yeah, I love that.
It gives 1.6 point advantage. So,
yeah.
But he played here, and actually Akshat missed a win here. The game is already shifting, as you can see. Black is winning the pawn, and
wow, yeah, the king, that one little king move would have just
huge
saved
difference,
everything.
yeah. So and then it ended up being a draw here, but not after. I mean, look at this. Black has already made so much progress, and it ended up actually a very nice idea here. So I played queen c7, and here is a critical moment here, and I really like what Grandmaster Chandra did here. So in a few moves later, you can play like, you know, perhaps bishop d6 and you have advantage, bishop d6 and rook h8 ideas.
Yeah.
But moves later here, rook h6, and now very strong move here. Sorry, right here. There was a move c4. He missed this because now you can't take with the pawn because your rook is hanging. And you have to attack with a queen. Look at that move. Look at that. Bishop c5 now activating the bishop, threatening this. And if you take it, he just simply takes the rook. And if the knight moves, we just simply take on g4 with a winning advantage.
That's incredible.
So this was a huge moment here, and Black could have just won the game here. But instead, what happened was he did not play this move. He played rook b4. He went here, and still now, here, perhaps queen f3 is still holding the balance. And Black got a winning position here because of the pressure. And somehow he made a huge mistake here. Now the piece is gone already here. So it's a 6-pawn advantage for Black. And here, yeah, rook f3. I'm not sure about this. I would just, if I was there, I'd just put the rook on e8 and put the bishop here and just give a mate here. This is just winning. So what happened was he did this and played f3. It's a blunder, after which the game is in a draw. So the most important thing here is just put a rook here. So if he plays d7, he can simply take.
Yeah.
So he cannot do anything. But instead he played here. And Grandmaster Akshat told me he just totally missed this idea. He calculated this.
Oh, it just locks him into a
that there's a king g2 move. You know. That, you know.
Yeah.
Well, he missed that if here, yes, this check. Okay.
And they just with the rooks.
And if you go here, the problem is check. And if you go here, he promotes
Queen, now he's gonna
with the
win.
check. So again, oversight by Grandmaster Chandra, who should have just put the rook on d2 and just defend this, and he's up a piece.
Yeah, and
It would have been a
relax.
victory, but he played f3 blunder, and then the game in a draw here because
I have
of the perpetual here.
My only question is, do top players sometimes lose these winning games because they're trying to play most accurate, shortest games possible, and then when they're trying to do that,
Time pressure.
Just time pressure.
This was a time pressure, so
I
that's
see.
what happened
Yeah.
here. So a very interesting game, a lot of interesting positional ideas on the King's Indian, guys. I highly recommend this setup for white, h3. So please keep in mind this, and it's a really good setup to implement against the King's Indian. I play it myself, and I've recently won a good game against a Grandmaster.
Yeah, that's
So
awesome.
anyway, I hope you enjoyed this game, and we'll be back with more videos for you.
Thanks, everybody.